Coming up on Fulton today, a new law changes the way new and used cars are taxed. We'll tell you what that means for car owners and for the county. And sheriff's deputies maintain order at the monthly foreclosure auction outside the county courthouse. We'll have details on housing assistance. Fulton Today is next.
From the Government Center in downtown Atlanta, you're watching Fulton Today with Shania Chavis.
Welcome to Fulton Today, everybody. I'm Shania Chavis. We begin with a story that will affect car owners in the county. Beginning March 1st, the way cars are titled, taxed, and registered will change. State officials have imposed the new so-called title tax. The tax allows car buyers to pay a one-time fee that covers the sales tax paid at the time of purchase and the annual ad valorem tax. So just what does this mean for the county and for car owners? Here to give us those answers is the Fulton County Tax Commissioner, Dr. Audra Ferdinand. Sir, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Well, first things first, please explain to everyone what this new law actually means for car owners.
This new law, which was enacted in 2012, House Bill 386, replaces the annual birthday tax or ad valorem tax on motor vehicles with a one-time tax fee. This is supposed to reduce the cost for taxpayers in the long term.
And who is eligible to take advantage of the TAVT or the tax ad valorem tax?
Well, if you bought a car, purchased a car before January 1 of 2012, you have to remain on the old system whereby you pay ad valorem tax every year on the value of that car. On the new system, you pay that title tax once, and thereafter all you are responsible for is $20.
And what happens to those citizens who are not able to opt into the fee system?
Anyone who purchases a car, who purchased a car before January 1, 2012, cannot be in the program. They will remain on the normal ad valorem system and pay their birthday tax every year on their birthday. So, if you have a car that was purchased before January 1, 2012, you have no choice. You will remain on the birthday system until you sell that car and purchase another car.
And sir, can you tell us how is this new system going to affect services in your office?
Expect lines to be longer. The reason the lines are longer is because it takes longer to process a title when you come to the office. It is also going to be longer because you have many more people coming to the office because you cannot opt into the system or get into the system unless you come to an office. You have no choice. You cannot do it over the web, you cannot do it by mail, you cannot do it by telephone. You must come to the office. So taxpayers should expect longer lines, period.
And any special documents that people need to bring with them to opt into this fee system?
A taxpayer coming to our office to opt into TATV must bring the normal things like driver's license, valid emission test, but also they must bring the bill of sale. Then we still have to look at the system to determine what valuation is on the system by the state. And we'll have to tax the taxpayer based on what's on the state system, notwithstanding the bill of sale.
And Dr. Ferdinand, let me get your final thoughts.
I would say to taxpayers, be patient. If you don't like the value that the state has put on your system, you have an opportunity to appeal that value by going to the tax assessor's offices. It is handled in precisely the same way as an appeal of your property tax. The only difference here is that if you're in the line and you're faced with that value that you don't like, you'll have to get out of the line and go to the tax assessor's office to appeal that value.
All right, Dr. Audra Ferdinand, Fulton County Tax Commissioner, always great information. Thank you, sir, for your time.
Well, Shania, thanks for having me. I think it was important that we get this information out to our citizens. Thank you again for the opportunity.
Now, again, you can get more information on the title ad valorem tax or the TAVT by calling the Tax Commissioner's office, the Fulton County Customer Service Office, or by visiting the Georgia Department of Revenue's website. For people struggling to keep up with income tax laws or the cost of filing, there is a free service available at the library. AARP and the Volunteer Tax Assistance Program known as VITA is helping low to moderate income residents prepare their returns. Residents over 60 even get first priority.
We focus on the low-income seniors, but there's really no one that we'll turn away. We'll do taxes for everybody as long as the return is within our scope of preparation.
Now, don't forget to bring all of the necessary documents like last year's tax return, your W-2 form, and other documents needed for itemized deductions.
This service has helped me by saving money as far as preparing my taxes or tax returns, as opposed to the other tax return preparers out there. This saves me a lot of time and money, and the hours are convenient for me.
The various branches offer the tax assistance program on different days and hours of the week, so call the main branch for information or visit the website for a time and location near you. Fulton County's housing officials remind residents about their free foreclosure prevention services. Now, this reminder comes just as dozens show up at the county courthouse for the monthly selling of delinquent tax liens.
On behalf of the secured party, I'm authorized to open the bidding at $17,500, $20,000 unaware, $20,000 unaware.
The sheriff's deputies had their hands full selling the liens as banks sold the foreclosed property outside the Lewis-Layton courthouse.
Banks got bailed out! We got sold out!
Members of Occupy Atlanta staged a demonstration to confront investors they say are buying up foreclosures and turning them into rental property.
We really wanted to draw attention to this trend that's going on and let the investors who are up there with cashier's checks, millions of dollars worth of cashier's checks, know that we know they're here, right? And that we're paying attention, and that a lot of the messaging they're putting out about these homes being vacant and they're renovating them and helping is just not true. There are people living in these homes that are being sold.
Fulton County offers foreclosure prevention training for residents. You can contact Audra Pender in the Housing Division to get more information. The rolling restaurants made popular along Atlanta's downtown streets have made their way to South Fulton. Michelle McCauley is with the Planning and Community Services Division, and she gives us details on the first food truck in unincorporated Fulton. Michelle, welcome back to Fulton today.
Hi, Shania. Thanks for having me.
So last year you explained to us how folks could get the permits for the food trucks, and now you've got your first one operating in South Fulton. When did all this happen?
This food truck started operating the first week in February.
And now let's remind folks again about the requirements to operate a food truck.
In Fulton County, you need 2 permits in order to operate a food truck. First, you need a permit from the Health Department, which regulates food safety. The second permit is from the Department of Planning and Community Services, and it regulates truck hours and truck locations.
Janet Humphreys is with you. She is the owner of the Lunchbox. Ma'am, what made you want to operate a food truck in South Fulton?
Well, I've worked at the airport about 12 years, and noticed there's not a lot of options to go eat lunch, and my son was needing some extra income, and we just thought it was a good time to try it out.
And Ms. Humphreys, what would you say to others who may be considering operating food trucks in the county?
I would just say be persistent, and keep trying.
And Michelle, you know, we always like to get your final thoughts.
Yes, we'd just like to say how excited we are about the Lunchbox opening up here in Fulton County, and we look forward to many more food trucks coming to South Fulton County and bringing this new exciting food trend to our residents.
Well, Michelle and Janet, thank you so much, and congratulations to you both.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me.
Now, either of the departments shown on your screen can help you with the food truck permitting process. Call or check the websites for additional assistance. Well, by now you may have seen some of the local meteorologists telling you all about Severe Weather Awareness Month. Well, now the county's emergency management team want to make sure that you and your family are well prepared. As we've seen, changes from colder to warmer weather could create a mixed bag of conditions and dangers. It's the job of the county's emergency officials to help your family devise a plan.
The best things for families to do to prepare for weather-related emergencies is to get a plan. Look at what type of emergencies would actually occur in your area and develop a plan of how your family would respond to that.
Families are encouraged to have a list of emergency numbers and identify escape routes in your home. Now, you can keep informed on pending emergency situations by registering for the county's Code Red telephone communication service. To register, call the Fulton County Department of Emergency Communications non-emergency phone line at 404-730-7900. And still to come, South Fulton residents get a chance to talk directly to their commissioner about pending legislation at the state capitol. It's a part of our district-by-district coverage next.
You're watching Fulton Today.
South Fulton residents can soon weigh in on proposed legislation at the state capitol, and North Fulton seniors take advantage of medical services at a familiar place. Here's this week's district-by-district coverage.
We begin in District 1 with Chairman John Eves. He presents a proclamation to the Atlanta Fulton Public Library System to recognize the Big Read program. The National Endowment for the Arts created the initiative to give people the opportunity to read and discuss the same book. The theme for this year's program is One Book, One Community.
We are looking forward to many exciting, stimulating events featuring this powerful story of injustice and redemption. We are excited about our partnerships, and we're excited about all the programs to come, so we invite you to join us.
Several events have been planned for the month centered around the award-winning novel by Ernest Gaines called A Lesson Before Dying. The Atlanta Fulton Public Library System has planned movie screenings, discussions, theatrical productions, and a visit with the author via satellite. For more information on the Big Read, log on to www.afpls.org. In District 4, seniors get medical services at the Dorothy C. Benson Multipurpose Facility. Blood pressure checks and flu vaccinations are available at the same location where members spend a majority of their time.
The practice is so convenient for anybody, easy accessible, especially to the member of the Benson Center. They come here, all-inclusive experience where they can fill the medical need as well as any amenity that they are used and offered by the center.
The Benson Clinic also provides helpful information to the public about eating healthy and exercising. Some patients prefer this option because it is convenient.
I, again, was lucky enough to find Dr. Hasso, who is here on Thursday afternoons, and she is wonderful, absolutely. Her staff welcomes the seniors, treats them with respect, and it's just a wonderful place.
The center also offers land fitness programs like Zumba Go and line dancing. For more information on classes, call the Dorothy C. Benson Senior Multipurpose Facility at 404-613-4900. In District 5, women at the Harriet G. Darnell Senior Multipurpose Facility are seeing red. Members of the HGD celebrate National Wear Red Day to alert the public about the dangers of heart disease, also known as cardiovascular disease. According to the American Heart Association, it is the #1 killer of women.
Without the efforts of programs like this, volunteers like this, who are working to spread the information throughout the community about the good health habits that are necessary in order to prevent cardiovascular disease, our task would be impossible.
Seniors spent the day learning about the causes and the symptoms of the disease and what to do if they experience a problem.
Heart disease sometimes is a silent killer, and because heart disease brings other diseases into play like high cholesterol, high blood pressure, you want to be aware of that.
The American Heart Association reports that cardiovascular disease claims 1 life every minute, or 420,000 lives each year. The association also says the disease can be prevented by becoming physically active and maintaining a healthy diet. And finally, in District 7, Commissioner William Bill Edwards prepares for his first listening session of the year. This is an opportunity for residents to voice their comments and concerns to the commissioner and county officials. The commissioner anticipates that many residents will want to weigh in on legislation at the state capitol that could change the District 7 lines.
A lot of people do not know the impact of the redistricting, especially on District 7. District 7 no longer exists as District 7. We know it today. It's split in half, and you'll have a District 6. That District 6 encompasses 3 commissioners, John Eves, myself, and Commissioner Emma Darnell.
The first District 7 listening session for 2013 will take place on Thursday, February 28th at the Cliftondale Multipurpose Center Theater in College Park. With this week's District by District coverage, I'm Darrell Peak.
Thank you very much. And when we come back, raising awareness about your heart health. Stay with us.
You're watching Fulton Today.
Portions of the following segment are part of the Fulton County Common Ground Initiative. Common Ground, the county's comprehensive solution to the problem of health disparities in the community.
Well, the county has been seeing red all month as a part of Heart Month. That is the focus of this week's Common Ground report. FGTV's Lynn Vaughn has our story.
And does hereby proclaim the month of February 2013 as Heart Month 2013 at Fulton County, Georgia. Thank you very much.
The Board of Commissioners kicked off Healthy Heart Month with an official proclamation recognizing the groundbreaking work of the county's Healthy Heart Coalition. Since its inception in 2011, the group has led the county's efforts to promote proper eating, exercise, and giving up smoking.
Breath comes up, and the breath goes down.
This Darnell Senior Center class was introduced to the ancient practice of Tai Chi, then more brisk exercises.
Heart disease is the #1 killer of everyone, including all cancers. So we're here to bring awareness to that, and all of the participants wore red today in honor of National Wear Red Day.
Each year, National Wear Red Day reminds us all of the increase in cardiovascular disease among women.
Oftentimes, women don't believe they are at risk for heart disease. So we are wearing red today to remind women that you need to make sure you remain heart healthy.
County employees are taking advantage of expanded exercise classes provided free of charge. There's yoga and the ever-popular Zumba. New this year was participation in the American Heart Association's Get to Goal blood pressure monitoring program. You're encouraged to have your pressure checked, then monitor it regularly online.
I find the on-site health screenings to be very beneficial to me and the other employees here at the county. It gives us an opportunity to actually take advantage of some things that normally we wouldn't be able to do outside of our regular work day without having to take off work to do it. So I'm glad that they're offered.
The county is doing its part, helping you to do yours. So exercise, eat a healthy diet, don't smoke and limit alcohol, and maintain a healthy weight. Wrong clothes for the treadmill, but the right idea. As the kids say, keep it moving. And one final tip, if you've been prescribed medication to treat diabetes, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol, for heaven's sake, don't forget to take it. With the Common Ground Report, I'm Lynn Vaughn, FGTV.
Thank you very much, Lynn. Now, heart disease is a leading cause of death among women and men and is almost entirely preventable. Fulton Health Services urges you to get moving, exercise, and work with the Healthy Heart Coalition of Fulton County to improve the health and wellness of your community. And quite deliberately, health officials have also placed their focus on teen dating violence during the month of February. According to the CDC, too many young people are experiencing violence in their dating relationships, as was highlighted in a public service announcement produced by FGTV. 1 in every 10 teenager reports being hit or physically hurt by a boyfriend or girlfriend at least once in a 12-month period. Experts say the violence may begin as controlling or demanding behavior, like telling someone what to wear or with whom to hang out. The county's medical director of behavioral health says teen violence can have grave consequences.
This is a young person early in life who's learning how to date, how to interact with a loved one. They're learning about love. And if they become involved in a violent relationship, this is something that they can carry with them for the rest of their lives. And many times as we become adults, we see these same negative patterns repeated over and over again. So that's something that we really are concerned about, and that's why early intervention and education is so important.
For help teaching your teen how to develop healthy, respectful relationships, get in touch with our behavioral health team. It is at the new Oak Hill Child, Adolescent, and Family Center. The contact information is right there on your screen. Well, the Health Services team marked the National Black HIV/AIDS Awareness Day with free testing and counseling. Clients also had access to free literature at the Aldrich Health Center across from Grady Hospital. The free services were made possible by a $4.5 million grant to Fulton Health Services from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. African Americans make up just 14% of the U.S. population, but account for 44% of all new HIV infections.
There are so many young African American males and females that are becoming increasingly infected by HIV, especially like ages between 13 to 25. Those are the age groups that have been most impacted by HIV.
The goal of the CDC grant is to identify those who may be HIV positive and don't know it, and then link those people with treatment. The goal of the National Black HIV Awareness Day is to encourage African Americans to get educated, get tested, and treated. It's estimated only 1 in 5 people infected with HIV is unaware of his or her status. If you're interested in checking your HIV status, you can contact the Health Services team at 404-612-1211 for the location of the clinic nearest you. And still to come, celebrating African American history through art. Stay with us.
Watching Fulton Today.
Well, there's still time for youth in a county to show off what they know about Black history. Children and teens in the 1st through 12th grade can enter into the poster contest for Black History Month. Participants can focus on topics like President Obama, the March on Washington, or Abraham Lincoln.
The poster contest is an opportunity for patrons, particularly juvenile, to celebrate and observe African American History Month. The theme that we selected was based on the theme for the African American History Month for 2013, At the Crossroads of Freedom and Equality.
The winner of the poster contest will be announced on February 25th. To learn more information about Black history at the library, you can visit the website. And finally, South Fulton basketball players prepare to win a big championship game. So far, it's been a great season for Fulton County basketball as some teams prepare for the state championship game. To claim victory, coaches and players know they'll need to improve their skills and beef up their defense.
We've seen a lot of improvement, from the coaches working with them, like I say, through different Saturday clinics that we have for like basic fundamental skills.
Now, anyone can cheer on the players during the state championship game on March 1st and 2nd. For more information, visit the county's website and click on the Parks Department link. And before we go, our reminder that we'd like to hear from you about the stories and programs here on FGTV. Go to our website to take a survey or email or call us. The number 404-612-8317. The email address is fgtv.feedback@fultoncountyga.gov. You can also follow us on twitter.com/FGTV, friend us on Facebook, and watch us on YouTube. Well, that does it for this edition of Fulton Today. I'm Shania Chavis. Thank you for joining us. Join us each week for news around and about Fulton County.